On today's video, I'm going to make a little caddy for cleaning supplies to help me with my job.
This is the Old Guy Network.
Yep. Welcome back to the Old Guy Network. I'm the Old Guy, the OGJ, and it's a beautiful day in the trailer hood, but a little chilly, as you can see. I've had to put the sweatshirt on. Yeah, summertime in Maine. Gotta love it. Yeah, last week, well, we had pretty warm temperatures, and today, not so much. But that's the way it goes. But I'm all snuggled in here. I've got a little bit of heat in the shed. I've got my sweatshirt on, and I got my coffee. And thanks to the good folks who went to my coffee page, and they just donated a couple of bucks, and I got a cup of coffee, and everything's good in the world. If you'd like to do the same, there is a link in the description. It's my coffee page, and it just takes a second, and I sure do appreciate it. Well, they say that necessity is the mother of invention, and sometimes necessity can be a mother. So we're going to build something today that I need. Now, recently I went back to work. I took a very low-level job. Pays pretty well. The hours are really good. I don't have much responsibility. I mean, I have a responsibility to the people that I work for to do the job that they asked me to do. But other than that, I don't have to make any big decisions. Everything's pretty much laid out for me, and that's good. And I kind of said that I was going back to be a dishwasher, a job I had when I was in high school. That's not technically true. Actually, I'm in maintenance. And basically what that means is if it's dirty, clean it. I'm like a janitor. It's not bad. And one of the things that I've noticed while I was doing this, they don't have any kind of a caddy or a cart or something to carry cleaning supplies with. So I have to keep going back to the closet and getting the cleaning supplies as I need them. And it's kind of a pain. And I could ask them to just get me a little caddy, and they would do that. As a matter of fact, they already told me they would do that. But no, I got to make things a little more complicated. And I'm going to make my own. Two criteria for this build that I'm doing today is, one, it's got to be very simple, because simple is good. And two, it's got to be kind of clever. I got to make it look like something else, at least part of it. So that's what I'm going to do. What we're going to do today is I'm going to make a little caddy for cleaning supplies, and we're going to make the sides of it look like the cutting boards that I make. It's a restaurant, after all, and bar, and I think that's kind of clever. So we're going to do that, and of course the laser will be involved, and I'll do some laser burning on it too. So I think this is going to be fairly simple. I don't have a whole lot of time to do these videos anymore because I am working so much now. I planned on going back to work for like 20 hours a week. That 20 hours is just a fantasy now. I've put in at least 30. Still not a full-time job, but with everything else that I have going on, it takes a lot of my time. So we're going to do this simple project today, and I hope you're ready. And like all of the other projects that I do in here, of course, there are no plans. Everything is right up here. And trust me, you don't want to go in there to get the plans. I'll bring them out to you. That's the safest bet. So let's get started and make ourselves a little cleaning caddy that kind of looks like cutting boards and stuff. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird, but I think we can pull it off. And joining us today, of course, is another one of my little squirrels. I'm not really sure. That could be Earl. I don't know. They all start to look alike. But, yeah, he'll be dropping in from time to time. So let's get started with what we got to do today. I have selected my wood. And as you can see, it's just scrap wood that I had laying around here. It's all hardwood, so it'll be okay. It'll glue up pretty well. I'm going to make this exactly the same way that I make my cutting boards. I'm going to do them in 4 pieces. It's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to glue this all up now. I have run it through my planer, and I didn't go through as many passes as I probably should have, but I am going to have to run it through again after it's all glued. But remember, this is going to look rustic. It's going to look like I took 2 cutting boards, 2 old cutting boards, and made a caddy with it. So I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to glue this all up, and then we'll move on to the next step. While I'm waiting for these to dry, I just cut out just a piece of plywood. That's going to be our bottom. That's going to be the base. And our faux cutting boards are going to attach on the sides. Now, I don't have this exactly to the right width right yet because this is not cut to the right width yet. But it will be. And when it is, then I'll cut that down. But as you can see, kind of looks like the cutting boards that I make. And if you want to, here, it's hard to get this stuff into frame. Kind of looks like the cutting boards. If you want to see more of how I make the smaller cutting boards and the burger boards, there is a link around here somewhere, and you can take a look at that video. But we're going to let this dry up. And remember, the gluing on this doesn't have to be perfect because it's not a cutting board. If it were, I wouldn't be using oak, because that's some oak right there and some white oak over here. And no, oak's too porous for cutting boards. So this is a faux cutting board and one of our sides to our caddy. So we'll let that dry up and we'll get back to it. The next thing we're going to need is a handle. And if you've ever watched any of my dumpster diving videos, I always take broom handles out of the dumpster if I find them in there, because this is going to make a perfect handle. We just have to cut it to the right size, and then we will attach it to the cutting boards just using deck screws, because that's all I have here is deck screws. And we'll do that. So yeah, you can kind of see how this is all going to go together, and we're going to assemble this whole thing in just a minute. Now you could be saying to yourself, Self, what are we going to do about the sides? Because I didn't mention that. Well, that's very easy. I make crates, and if you've ever seen the videos of me making crates, it's very simple. We just cut out some slats, and those are going to go on the side, and I'm going to cut those out right now. Sometimes when you're building things, things don't go the way you want them to. So what has happened is I don't have my joiner anymore. It's broke. I don't know when it's going to be fixed. I'm not really sure. I don't have a whole lot of time to play with it. But because of that, I'm having difficulty gluing the faux cutting boards together. It's just not working out as well as I'd hoped. But that's okay, because I have these leftover burger boards right here, and I've decided I'm not going to sell them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these as the sides. As I mentioned before, I am going to use deck screws, because that's what I have the most of, to attach the cutting boards to the base. But for now, I'm just going to tack them in with my handy dandy brad nailer. That's rustic looking. And then we'll have one here. And then the ones that I'm burning right now, they'll be in there somewhere. I have cut our little handle to the right length, and that's going to fit in here just like that. Look at that. See, now you can see what it's going to look like. Just a little caddy. Will everything fit? Barely. And presto, we have a handle. Look at that. That's pretty nice. As my dad used to say, wicked good. So now we're just waiting for the laser to finish up and do its thing, and we'll put the rest of this together, and we will be done. It is almost finished, As you can see, I've got it all together except for the middle piece, and that's still on the laser right now. And as soon as the images are burned on that and on the other side, then I can put it all together. But it's solid, and as you can see, everything does fit. I was a little concerned about that. You can just drop that in from the side, and that fits in there nice. So that's it. That's really how you make a little caddy out of 2 cutting boards. I'm not even going to bother sanding this down. I wanted it looking kind of rustic and old looking, and it is for the most part. And all I got to do is just put the other 2 pieces on, and this is finished. I think this was a pretty successful build. What do you think? If I get this in center here, it looks a little better. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. You let me know in the comments below if you think that I was a success today. And that's going to do it for me, the old guy here deep in the trailer hood. I'm sure glad that you stopped by and spent some time with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I wanted to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the summer. Technically, we have a couple of more weeks left, so it could happen. We're almost at 900 right now. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the videos with your friends, because why not? I'll see you here next time in the Trailer Hood. For the Old Guy Network, I'm the Old Guy, and I'm out.